Have you ever had a nightmare? Imagine only knowing what your parents taught you, what you learned in school, or all the misinformation in the media. Assume that that was all the knowledge or information that you could obtain for the rest of your life. One day you wake up and wonder where your life has gone. You've hit a peak and you're bored. You may even have a bigger house, a nicer car, and a family of your own. But all that's on the external, and on the inside, you may feel unchanged and dull. Where do you go now? This can be easily more than a dream or a nightmare for people who do not read books. According to Healthline.com, reading involves a complex network of circuits and signals in the brain. The more you read, the stronger your brain will be. Doctors at the Mayo Clinic suggest a reading before bed routine, and try print because blue light can keep you awake. A long-term health and retirement study found those who read books survive around 2 years longer than those who don't, or those who read other media like magazines. People who read 3.5 hours are 23% more likely to live longer than those who didn't. Today, I would like you to consider the use of your time. There are numerous physical and psychological benefits waiting for you behind the pages of a book. We will go over 3 main points of how you can be better off, how our youth benefits, and are there consequences? The first misconception is people don't have time for a book. People in the US spend 10 times more time watching television, and TV has shown when prolonged use to cause unhealthy changes in the brain. The second misconception is I don't like reading books, but a quick reads study that I found on bookriot.com said that people who read 30 minutes a week are 20% more satisfied with their lives. 30 minutes a week sounds easy enough. And the last misconception is that people say they'll walk, listen to music, or drink coffee to de-stress instead. But a 2009 assessment stated that reading a book or a newspaper for just 6 minutes a day lowered your stress levels 68%, which was higher than all 3 of taking a walk, listening to music, or drinking a cup of coffee. Now that we've debunked some of the misconceptions, let's see how reading books affects our youth. So whether you have children, want children, or teach children, testing has shown crucial research that reading helps higher scores. As students' ages on the graph vary from 9, 13, and 17, unfortunately did the amount of students who didn't read. But those who exceeded fell in 2 categories of reading once or twice a week or reading almost every day. Researchers have found students who begin reading books, especially at a young age, gradually develop larger vocabularies. And larger vocabularies can lead to better test scores, easier into college admissions, job opportunities, etc. Though youth is a great time to begin reading books, there may be consequences for adults who choose not to read. PewResearch.org states roughly a quarter of US adults haven't read a book in whole or in part from the year 2018 to 2019. And adults with a high school diploma are less likely to report not reading than those with a bachelor's degree or advanced degrees. Also, adults with an income of $30,000 or less are more likely to be a non-reader than adults with an income of $75K or more. 45 million Americans are functionally illiterate and cannot read above a 5th grade level. 3/5 of people in prison can't read, and 3/4 of people on welfare can't read. A 2013 study by Rush University Medical Center found people engaged in mentally stimulating activities their entire life were less likely to develop lesions, plaques, and tau protein tangles found in the brain of people with dementia. And keep reading to keep Alzheimer's at bay. There are consequences of being a non-reader, so let's remember to build better habits moving forward. In closing, do you think that you could start reading tonight? Start a book tonight? If not, do you think you could set a goal to finish reading one book by the end of 2020?